In 2018, Chickenshed's Youth Theatre led an intergenerational project, sharing their experience of inclusive theatre with older members of their community who had expressed feelings of isolation and loneliness.
I'm a fit 68-year-old, but I still do get lonely.
I had just come out of prison and you find yourself lost. You're trying to rejoin the world. A lot of people don't really want to know you.
You finally realise that there isn't like this generation gap and you can just be yourself and you have a lot more in common than you'd think.
There's a lot of excitement in this project, a lot of power with people talking and coming together. It gives me a lot of hope for a more united world.
Hi, my name's Elsie and I'm 74.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm 19.
I'm Paddy Lyons and I'm 85 years young.
Hello, I'm Harvey. I'm 20.
My name is Shamima. I'm 69 years old now.
I'm Annabelle. I'm 18 and welcome to my isolation setup.
Being in isolation is not very different, except that it is strange. Not so much in how I spend my day, but in what it curtails me from doing.
I don't think anyone in my generation has been through anything like this, at all.
Most of the day I just sit here and look out the window or go on my phone.
I'm in my room, so I'm kind of spending most of my isolation.
So I shall make a start. So this is exciting. Love it.
Dear friend.
Dear friend.
Dear friend.
Dear friend.
Dear friend, to look at me you'd probably think, oh, he's a bit like my granddad, white hair, stoops a bit. Well, that's how I might seem to most people, but it's certainly not how I look at myself.
To look at me, you'd probably think that I was a nerd, or that I don't like talking to people.
To look at me, you'd think I was just an old lady of indeterminate age, maybe somewhere in her 70s, and not really give me another thought.
You'd probably think that I'm quite rebellious, or I like to be in the spotlight. Whether this means I'm an attention seeker, I disagree, because 90% of the time I'd like just to be invisible.
I'd say that, like in every cheesy American movie where the main girl gets a big makeover, I'm the before picture.
I've done many things. I've been a soldier in the army, a management trainee, a social worker, a journalist, and of course married for some 50 years with 5 grown-up children and 6, soon to be 7 grandchildren. But all that is what I've done, not what I am.
When I reached the age of 40 and was going through a divorce, I came to a realisation of who I was. I was a peacemaker. Why did I waste all that time feeling insecure? I wonder if things would be different if I recognised myself earlier. Or does acceptance come with ageing? Whatever. I am where I am and a lot happier. Wow. That's weird because I'm the same.
I've got a bit more time for being now that I'm older, and that's a good place to be. So that me is really looking forward to getting to know the you of you. Look forward to hearing from you.
Wow, that's so nice. That's really put a smile on my face. Dear friend. fine. Thank you so much for your first letter to me. You seem a very sensitive person, trusting in your feelings, your vibes, as you say, and trusting in the essential goodness of others.
We can form the future into whatever we want it to be with our actions today. It is a bit weird, isn't it? Thinking about the future when there's so much to think about in the present.
I think you should smile more often, unless you are really angry. Don't you find that if you smile and look at anyone, they usually smile back?
Reading your letter came as a bit of a shock to me, because as I read, I noticed many similarities between me and you.
Has it always been like this? Wondering what life will be like in 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months or 5 years' time?
I like that you use the term, I'm just me.
You have so many stories to tell. I've always wondered what it was like to be in the army, but I don't think I would be brave enough to sign up.
I really feel like my generation loves labels, and although I do feel like sometimes they help and make certain situations easier, I've also found labels to be quite restricting and some that hold me back in life.
Can't wait to hear from you again, from your friend. Oh my goodness. What an amazing 18-year-old this person is.
That was a cute one. I like that.
Oh dear friend, you've left me a lot to think about in that. I feel I'm getting to know you better.
You offer me your thoughts and your feelings at this time in your life, and what a time.
I mean, with the world at the moment, it's quite difficult for many people to stay positive, since everything has been turned into some sort of dystopian novel.
It's reminiscent of my 2 years in the army, probably at your age, part of the Allied forces occupying the west of Berlin. It certainly did very little, never a shot fired in anger, but sat there daring the Russians to come in and gobble us up. It was one of the most exciting times of my life, very unlike our present war with any excitement totally on the side of the virus.
You asked a very profound question in your second letter, i.e., did I have any passions? I don't know if you noticed that I talk a lot about my family. Family is what I am passionate about. The bond I have/had with my parents, sisters, and brother is so strong, and I will do anything to safeguard it.
To be honest, there's not much I wish for when it comes to my parents. I've had a great childhood, and my parents sacrificed a lot for me.
I wish I'd had more time with them. My father died when I was 19. He was 59. And I regret I never got to ask him so many questions.
Probably something, though, is I wish I could take their stress away. My grandma has dementia and is in a care home, and my uncle has schizophrenia, and new problems are always arising.
Mum died when I was 32. She was 62. I never had enough time with them.
I wish sometimes it would stop the problems and stress.
My label was manic depression. I can't remember if I've already told you that. Later known as bipolar disorder, and I know I am a stronger, richer, deeper person because of my mental health problems. So it's how you define yourself.
Stay happy, dear friend. That's so sweet. The fact that family is such a big thing is like, aww, that's so cute. That's actually like a really nice thing to be passionate about, because it's something that's always going to be there.
That was a really nice letter. That was a really nice letter to get, actually. I love the quote there. If their past were your past, if their pain your pain, their level of consciousness your level of consciousness, you would think and act exactly as they do. With this realisation comes forgiveness, compassion and peace. That's something I'd actually like not get tattooed because it's quite a big quote. But like that's something that I'm going to take from this whole process actually, and try and remind myself of very often, because that's a very unique way of looking at things. Yeah, wow.
Oh, I'm quite upset that this is over. I could spend the rest of isolation writing a letter to someone. It's quite nice. It's nice to have that contact as well. And there's an air of mystery about it.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Hi. You're my mystery friend.
Indeed, but we're no longer mysteries.
Isn't that wonderful?
Because, you're looking towards your future and I'm looking backwards towards my past.
Because I feel I feel very connected to you, actually.
Yeah.
On what I call the me level.
Do we meet in the middle? This is the...
I think we do. I think there's always a connection somewhere.
Despite our age difference, we can still have a conversation. And
I feel like there's more that we can talk about, so I'm excited for that.
Absolutely.
You're just like a walking bit of history.
The letters really did actually help, because it gave me something to focus on as well.
I honestly want to sit you down and just hear all of your stories.
Talking is good. It does help a lot more than suffering in silence.
Yeah.
I just can't wait to not have to stand 2 meters away from people or just...
It's nice to have that.
Well, I know.
Stand next to a person.
And also,
but it occurred to me
they had a fantastic opera house, which was supported from Moscow itself.
Oh yes, yeah.
That's great. So you got fantastic, ballet and opera coming over to Berlin. But only in this theatre, which was in the eastern sector, so you had to go through Checkpoint Charlie to get there as well.
Having nothing to do.